Hi, everyone. Welcome to Domain Sherpa, and thank you for tuning in to the podcast with the best domain name and digital asset content in the world. Today's episode is a Domain Sherpa review titled Going Deep, featuring Shane, Josh, and Drew. As usual, we play the domain game featuring chainlogic.com, delivery.org, petition.com, and hennatattoo.com. Then we've got the NameJetGonnaJet segment, sponsored by NameJet. And we talk about some domains coming up for auction, including digitalagency.com, healthtours.com, privateclasses.com, and polarity.org. Then we also get into a discussion about free speech and domain names. All this and more coming up on today's episode. And remember, if you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, you can also watch the video version at DomainSherpa.com and on our YouTube channel at ds.tv. You can also listen to the shows on Apple and Spotify and other podcast platforms as well. And please make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button and all that good stuff everywhere that you can and help Domain Sherpa grow the pie. We also integrate our shows with Muse.ai, which provides search functionality for the shows and transcripts as well. So definitely check all that out. And huge shout out to DNWE, short for Domain Name Wholesale Exchange. It's a trading platform designed specifically for domain investors, streamlining the process of buying and selling domain names to make it quicker and easier. With a community of over 3,500 investors, DNWE enhances market liquidity, facilitating more efficient transactions with standard domain listings, reverse auctions, standard auctions, and soon-to-be-added portfolio auctions, including traffic portfolios. DNWE is part of EW3N, a family-run digital asset investment company based in London, England, that also operates DomainManage.com, a global sales platform, and Brandwell.uk, a marketplace for UK and .co.uk domain names. And shout out to our own business, MediaOptions, the #1 domain broker in the world. Find out more at MediaOptions.com, where you can sign up for our newsletter for the best domain names and domain opportunities available in the market every week, and also featuring key insights and other helpful information relating to branding, naming, and domain investing. All right, so with all that, it's now time to get into this episode of Domain Sherpa, where all roads lead to domains. What's up, Sherpa Network? Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Jonathan Tenenbaum, a.k.a. JT, a.k.a. Jay On, a.k.a. Sherpa Winfrey, a.k.a. Thunder Mountain, and I'm the host and producer of Domain Sherpa, where all roads lead to domains. Today's show is a Domain Sherpa review, getting into the minds of successful domain investors using real examples so we can learn strategies and tactics to become more successful domain name investors ourselves. These are the experts, the OGs, the best in the biz, my personal friends. And they're not really guests, they're more like co-hosts. So let's get to it. We got 4 segments to the Domain Sherpa review. We got the grand opening, where I intro the Sherpas, see what's going on with them, talk about some related things, some unrelated things. We do some AKAs. You know what I'm saying? Then we got segment 2, which is the domain game. We hear what the Sherpas recently bought or sold. Everybody guesses on the price. We keep score. Maybe get some swag to the winner. Maybe. Then we got segment 3, NameJetGonnaJet, sponsored by NameJet. We review a list of domains coming up for auction, see what the Sherpas like, what they don't like. And last but not least, we got grand closing, where we're discussing anything we haven't already covered, talking about the domain space, looking at the market trends, current events, anything that the guests want to talk about that we have not already discussed. So let's go ahead and introduce the Sherpas. Over to my right, got my boy Andrew Rosner. I almost said Andrew Morpheus, actually. Andrew Morpheus, a.k.a. Dirk Diggler, a.k.a. the Sniper Bobley Swagger, a.k.a. Avery Rosner has its thorn, a.k.a. Graybeard, the domain pirate. What's up, dude? How we doing?
We're doing great, tail end of the summer. It's been a great summer. I'm just trying to get the gears turning again and, just keep it cooking, man. But it's actually been a remarkably pretty good summer, business wise. And I am, increasingly more confident that we're going to have a really strong Q4. I think we're going to have a good kick in the pants here in the next 3 months, but I think we'll probably jump over that hurdle quick, and so I'm pretty optimistic here.
All right, I like it. Optimistic Drew. That's better than angry Drew. You know what I'm saying? Angry Andrew. And shout out to Angry Adam, by the way. You know what I'm saying? On last week. But no, I like it, man. I like the sentiment, and we're seeing obviously some really good activity, and we'll see what's up. It's crazy out there, but let's keep it moving. We haven't had him on the show for a minute. So to my lower right, we got my boy Shane Cultra, aka Sugar Shane, aka Honey Shane, aka Mike Rowe, aka Blame It on the Shane, aka House of Shane, aka Blue Oyster Culture, aka the Culture Personality, aka Doing It for the Culture, and Shane in the Membrane, and Shane in the Blockchain. Come back, Shane. Like that cowboy movie, you know what I'm saying? Although in the movie, no spoiler alert, I think Shane's dead, right? I mean, Shane's on the horse, slumped as he's kind
He
of
just leaves the family. He does what he's got to do, and then he goes to his next place. But
okay. Okay. All
yeah,
right. Well, I like it. See,
movie
we all
magic.
about
5'2" Alan Ladd being the tough guy, wearing like little booties with the razors on it, so he looks taller. That's a good movie.
hey, dude, sometimes people need the, Drew and I were talking about that the other day. A lot of us, most of the guys on this show today, we're all, got some pretty good height to us. You see people on the internet and you assume they're either tall, small, and we often get like, oh, y'all are bigger than we thought you were, which is like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe I need to project a little bit more. I'm like, I don't know how much more Drew can project. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but but then there's definitely folks that we bump into that I'm like, man, looking down on, little guy. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like Lily putting, you know what I'm saying, Wizard of
Zoom
Oz
evens us all
munchkin.
out, right? Like little filter,
It's
little yeah.
true. It's true. I'm like, yo, catch me in real life. There's definitely some folks, and I'm not naming any names. There's probably some people in this domain space, and you think this is about you, then it probably is. You small. Anyway, but no, it's all good. So yeah, man. So how you living, dude? What's going on?
I'm
I thought we were an inclusive podcast.
exactly. We like everybody. Yeah, no, I'm domains all the time, trying to future proof everything, bridge the new worlds. I live in a crazy world because I talk blockchain and domains all day, and then I'm up in the mountains, so I have no idea what the real world's going on. I have no idea if the economy is going great or not.
Yo, you're so much better off.
I have
Yeah,
no,
dude, the
like, I
bubble
haven't
is where
watched
it's
the
at.
news. I just don't know. I think it's fine. I heard we have somebody else running for president, but I'm not sure quite yet, but I'll figure it out eventually.
No, but I'll tell you what. The real question is, who do we have right now as the president?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I heard that he got old while I was away. So anyway, no, again, I've just been heads down talking. Like we talked before, I talked to great people. I talked to people trying new things, and I talked to people way over their heads. All of them are younger than me, and I love it. I absolutely love people trying to do great things. And I mean, there's some far out ideas out there, but that's how it all starts, I guess. But it is unusual getting back to these meetings and talking, combining blockchain and not just like free everything. Everything's decentralized. We know everything's going to be a hybrid model. So it's interesting how we're going to do this and how the approach, and it's hard, man. To change things is hard, but adding value is amazing. Like if we can make domains more valuable and more useful, as Drew always says, all doors lead to domains. Let's make what's behind the doors even better, like more utility behind those domains. So that's what I'm doing, and I love it.
Yeah, no, dude, I love it, man. So, well, shout out to D3, shout out to Fred, shout out to the whole team over there. Everything that you guys are doing is, and in full disclosure, I mean, Drew is an investor, and obviously, we're excited about what you guys have going on, man. I think that the Web3 Web2 intersection is a delicate, interesting one, and I think you guys are doing as well as anybody in navigating that stuff because there's a lot to unlock. It's gonna be interesting to see how everything plays out. You guys are doing some really, really cool stuff. Well, welcome back, Shane. Welcome
Love
back.
it.
All right, now below me, we got my boy. So, and last but not least, you know what I'm saying? The one and only Josh Reason, aka Bjorn Borg, aka Prince Harry, aka Harry Kane, aka Prince Harry Kane, aka Chicka Slim Shady. Speaking of Slim Shady, his new album came out and, talking about little people and stuff like that, man. He's just kind of getting after everybody. It's like, it's funny. He's lyrically so good. And, but I don't know, man. Have you guys listened to it at all?
Nope.
No? I got young kids, young, like sort of adolescents. So it's, I think, probably the target audience at this point. Probably always was, right? Anyway, Josh, what's good, man? How you living, man? What's happening?
All good, all good. Just happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Happy to be here. Happy to have you here, bro. You were doing some traveling, right? A little pickleball tournament recently.
Yeah, I was in Salt Lake. It was all good. Had a lot of fun. Won some matches, lost some matches.
Okay.
I'm just back here and, doing my thing,
Back in the
doing some
chair.
domains, playing some pickleball, looking
right.
after a big family. It's all good.
Big growing family. I love it, man. Well, that's what's good. So how was Salt Lake? How
But
was
it's not growing anymore, but yeah.
yeah, that's it. That's it. We're shutting off the spigot. So what's how was Salt Lake? Was it Salt Lake City?
Yeah, it was good. It was an indoor tournament at a convention center. It was yeah, played a lot of matches, body got pretty torn up, but I had a lot of fun. And yeah, play another tournament in Atlanta in 2 weeks. So
Oh man, cool. I love it. I've never been to Utah, and it's interesting because Shane's in Colorado at the moment, way above sea level. And how was Salt? Did you spend time in Salt Lake?
Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City is actually a really nice city. It's clean. It's got like good restaurants. It's actually very. I mean, I feel like the Mormons know how to take care of things.
They don't play, man. The Mormons don't play.
Yeah,
Mormons don't play. I feel that. So well, that's what's up. All right, cool. Well, good stuff.
Man,
good stuff.
Having one wife is really hard work. If you got more than that, hats off to you. Like, you got discipline.
Dude, it's a lot.
People think it's the opposite, but that's like, whoa. But yeah, shout out to the Mormons for real. Like, every time I do a deal with them, it's like, all right, yeah, you guys are just business.
Yeah, they are.
They just
you gotta
they
be
know
about
how to
your
handle it.
You gotta be about your logistics. Well, it's like if you have lots of kids, you know what I mean? Like Chris, you gotta you gotta run your life a lot differently. You can't just be winging it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep your shit together.
No, I mean, it's a popular place as well, right? I mean, like a lot of people go there in the winter for skiing. They go to like Park City, Deer Valley, those places.
Yeah.
It's a good spot.
Yeah, no, I'm super, super down. I actually, I love the West Coast in general, and don't get to spend as much time. Although we are probably heading out to Cali for to LA maybe later in the winter. But yeah, never been to Utah. It's on the list, so that's why I'm intrigued. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, shout out to the Mormons. You know what I'm saying? All right, well, let's talk domains though. Let's talk domains because having more than one wife is a challenge. Having more than one domain makes you a domainer, you know what I'm saying? And puts you on a whole nother level of crazy. All right, let's get it. Let's talk buy, sells. Let's get right into it. Drew, what do you got, man? What do you got?
Go with somebody else first. I'm actually, that's what I've been doing here, trying to figure out.
Well, I had one that I was going to use. I had one I was going to drop on. You want me to put in the chat? I can tell you the one.
Okay.
The team. Oh,
yeah. Okay.
I mean, this one I know about, but I'm out early. But it was when I was going to use the shoe. But it's up to you. If you want, we'll keep it moving. You want us to go?
I don't know. Go Shane.
All right, Shane, you good?
Yeah, I brought out one I bought a couple months ago, but I liked, and I gave it to chainlogic.com.
Ooh. Chainlogic.com. Domain chain.
I own that one too.
Do you?
Of course. Never heard that story. The Mexican guys at the nursery, when I told them I was known as Domain Chain in another world, they go, "Oh, Domain Chain." So I went home and registered it that night. That was like a decade ago.
Yeah, well, you're
before blockchain.
Yeah, Domain Chain ahead of the game. I like it. All right. So this was a buy. It was a few weeks ago. Chainlogic.com. All right. What do y'all got? Y'all got your phones? Y'all got your guesses?
Chainlogic.
Damn.
All right. Hold up. Coming at you.
Little preview, Josh. I see you.
Yeah, he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm not sure about that. Drew wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, Drew.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, he had a free preview. He could have
because I'm trying to find a
Like a
I've been-
comparable in your head. He's going through the data.
No,
for you.
no.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to find a name to use for myself because I've been traveling for like the last weeks, and so I don't have a lot of new stuff.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Flip it. Let's go. Ooh, okay. So we are really all in a window here. So we got Josh.
JT
Josh at
got
two-
squeezed.
Yeah, Josh at
He knows all
2,000.
about being the cheese in a cheese sandwich.
Josh is at 2,777. I'm at 3,000. And Drew, what was your number? 3,444?
3555.
Oh,
Yeah.
3,555. So yeah, I got stuck. I'm stuck in the middle, man. This is not.
Yeah,
not
you the cheese.
I might still get it though. I don't know. Let's see. Domain
Yeah, you
change.
the
Josh
cheese.
got
You about to
it.
get grilled. You about to
2147.
get grilled.
Ah, I got
Oh.
grilled.
Yeah.
Domain chain 21. Nice, dude. And that's all.
Always
We
good.
always.
It's always
yeah.
good to hit the under, Shane. It's always
It's
good.
always good to hit the under.
Always good. To
And
hit
that's
the under on
about the
bottom.
price range. You know, as a GoDaddy auction, you got to overpay a little bit, but overpaying 2 months ago is already not overpaying. Those names, a name like that's a solid find. It's
Oh,
just one
100%.
sits
That's
there,
good. You know.
ask
Well, and I
high.
think it just shows, we were all in the same pocket as to what we thought you were at. We actually think you got it for a little bit of a better deal, even. And so 2,100. I think the name kind of speaks for itself. Domain chain with chain logic. And it's good stuff. All right. So Josh gets the point. Well, Josh, you go ahead and throw a name up then. We'll continue to go around the horn.
Yeah, we can do the name that I put on Twitter the other day, actually. That's
Okay.
a good one. It was delivery.org.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
And you sold it or
Is it a
bought
buy?
it?
Goodbye.
Ooh, you bought delivery.org. Let's see. All right, delivery.org.
These are also just over the board, all over the board, because they're just great names. Could be anything.
And you bought it. All right. All right. Domain chain.
I don't know.
That's going to be added to the AKAs for sure. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Flip it. Ooh, okay. I'm at 8,000. Drew's at $10,888, and domain chain is at $15,000. Who is the
But I'm
winner,
not grilled
John?
cheese. I got a little room to breathe. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the middle, but
Yeah.
I got room to breathe.
You're like Malcolm in the middle.
I bought it for $2,888.
Oh,
are you
JT
kidding?
with the
That was a
point.
steal. Where'd you get that?
He was licking his lips.
He's like, what's good? What's good with that?
Yeah, that was a good.
I
that was
might,
a good
you
deal.
know, that was like a big whiff of money that just came out the speaker.
Yeah.
Smells
It
like
was
money.
It smells like money.
It was a GoDaddy buy it now.
I could tell it was
What? No.
2,800. Oh,
And did the domain get delivered?
That's a good point, Shane. Because if it was an auction, it would have gone for higher than that for sure.
And was it a private listing or it was a GoDaddy owned?
Private listing. Often it.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody just mispriced that.
Somebody
that
was
a bit,
sleeping.
Yeah, good for you, man. Way to go. As we say on the
Nice
show all the
one.
time.
That's a hell of a buy. Really.
Yeah.
Hell of a
Well,
buy.
as we say on the show, you make money on the buy, So
Yeah.
what did you think you were going to get it?
I-
Like when you
I
hit
pay
it?
you $5, $6, $7 grand for that right now.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get it just because I checked the who is, and it was just like a random company that had owned it for a long time, and sometimes you get lucky with those,
Yeah. So I mean, not to give too many of the secrets away. So were you just do you have different like queries or things? Like how are you finding your names? I guess is that too much? Is that too much of the secret sauce?
You guys have so much of an audience these days. I will say this. I was testing out something that we're building. And
Ooh, that's even extra sexy. Look at that. I like it.
All right, so let me ask you this. Give me some insider info on the weighting. So when because whatever it is you're building, I'm sure there's a predictive value and then there's what is the value, what's the price, right? And then comparing those two, and then I assume filtering it down to some short list that you can then manually evaluate. But you're probably looking for some kind of delta of whatever it is, 90%, 95%, 99% between you know, what the rack rate is and what your expected value is. What's the delta? You looking for 99% below, or you looking for 90%? You looking for, what are you looking for?
There's no set number on it. There's no set number. I'm simply looking for extreme value. I'll say
I'm sure that's got to be the lever. That has to be deep fucking value. You know what I'm saying? That's what this show is all about. Deep fucking value.
I mean, there's basic.
Deep, gonna put your ass to sleep.
There's basic searches that are like deep value, and then you can get a little bit more nuanced with it. I don't want to say too much more than that because you know I just don't want to give away too much yet.
Yeah.
You're not gonna give away nothing. Here's the deal. I've been doing this show for an awful long time now. I've given away all my secrets. Guess how many people have actually
secret. This isn't a personal secret.
Guess how many people have used them? Zero.
This isn't a personal secret. This is
every once in a while somebody will actually do one of the things that I tell people to do, and they'll email me. They go, "Wow, you know, great result." It's like, "Oh wow, you know, congratulations." You know what I'm saying? Like you one of a real small number of people who took the free advice I gave you. So you know what? I used to be like
still
real
think Drew is taller.
I used to be like real tight-lipped. I just tell people
crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I can say this. One of the things to make all this work and to get what I knew Josh's answer wasn't going to be that it's 90% or 80%, and I'll tell you why. There is nobody out there, and everybody says they have, but I haven't seen it delivered, that has a product that can do all domains true value. GoDaddy maybe is close, but in order to predict the 90%, you have to have something that sees a domain name and tells you a value so that you know that it's 90% less. Right now, we're using
not really, because you don't actually need to know that the estimated value doesn't actually have to be accurate. You just have to have a what is it called when you're trying to
set parameters around where
but no, like you have an oven and you put a thermometer in, you set the oven to 350. Exactly. But you know, when it says it's reached that temperature, you check it and the thermometer says it's at 338, and you're like, oh, okay, so I have to increase the temperature by 12 degrees. What's that called? It's called
I'll say relative something.
No, you have to
compensate. No, that's not it.
No, all right, forget it.
But anyway, I see what you're saying. You can still have some value, and it doesn't have to be.
You just need a consistent metric to barometer. Basically,
it's not about
it doesn't actually have to be accurate. Right? It just has to be.
It's never about a number. It's about a set of parameters where names will fall that could indicate DFV, right? And a lot of the time, you're not getting anything because sometimes those parameters fail. But it helps narrow things down to a point that you can identify value.
Yeah. Josh's new AKA is DFV.
DFV, baby.
That's it.
DFV.
We were talking. I mean, obviously, when all that popped off with the GameStop and everything else, I mean, that was
that was fun.
I actually, let's see. I don't know if we still own them, but we had a whole bunch of the DFV domains, like DFV domain. I don't know. I gotta look it up. But we had a bunch. Love that. It's just a great slogan. Deep fucking value. Just who doesn't want deep fucking value? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, good stuff. Let's keep it moving. Do you have a domain, Drew?
Yeah, I do. One second. I was just doing a little something. All right. Anyways. Okay. My domain is petition.com. Petition.com.
Nice.
On this.
This is sale.
The sale. Petition.com. Sale.
Man.
All right. So this will be interesting because if Shane gets the point, then Shane wins. And right? No, who got the first point? Josh?
Yeah.
Oh, so if Josh gets the point, he wins. If Shane doesn't, we're at a 3-way tie, and then Drew, you're gonna have to probably pop another name, or I will, or I'll throw that one name out. And we're all right. We're honing in on a winner here. Let's see. Get some Jeopardy music up in this piece. Time, Shane.
Ready?
So JT, you're out on this. You don't. You knew it.
All right. Ooh, okay. Oh, let's
All right.
see it.
Let's
Ready?
go.
Flip it. Oh, okay. It's
Damn,
Shane's at 185.
I dropped it from 250 down to that. I don't know why.
It turned out to be a good move for you. Josh was at 225.
So yeah, so this is not one I'm actually particularly proud about. But I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it anyways, just because I think it highlights just where my head is at from a macro perspective. So anyways, we sold this for $100,000, but I think it is worth, I think 250 is actually probably the right number. 250 is probably the right number for that name. Petition.com, like, hard to make money. You need a really well-heeled investor behind something with some kind of moral purpose. It's not. We've owned that name for years. It's the first serious offer we've ever even had. But from a macro perspective, again, not a very popular name. You get a number like that on it, and in this environment where I think we're headed into a major credit crisis, we're headed into absolutely monster monetary debasement, cutting interest rates, crashing stock market. There's a lot of things on the horizon. I want to own gold and I want to own Bitcoin. That's it. I don't want to own anything else. I want to own gold and Bitcoin. Literally. Maybe land, right? Maybe forestry, right? Some long-term stuff and domains. But we got a lot of domains, right? And I want to convert as much of that into Bitcoin as I possibly can. So that's just where my head's at. I think that we are at sort of the last train, let's call it the last station, before a credit and debasement nuclear winter falls upon us. And so, a name that doesn't get much interest, never had a serious offer. We bought it right. We bought it for a good price. There's profit there. I took it. But
that name is like almost
under.
It's like
there's no world in which I'm going to say that was a great sale. It was definitely not a great sale, but it served a purpose. Josh,
I was going to say that name is like almost as good in .org, right? Like petition.org. I feel like you'd sell petition.
In fact, I would almost say petition.org is a better domain name.
Yeah, I agree. It's like I guarantee it's probably it's going to be used for that kind of.
Yeah. Is there anything on it yet?
Like a change.org type
Probably
thing.
not. I'll tell you what, lately I've been doing more checking after I sell a domain. I'm telling you, nobody uses them. They just don't turn them on.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, Brent Oxley bought it. Good luck, Brent. Yeah, thank you. Just transfer that over to your.
That's what he's known for. That's his exact number too. Literally, that's his number. That's his.
I'm gonna transfer it over to your side of the ledger.
So, all right, well, cool.
Problem.
Like you said, still profitable, and
look, I hope Brent sells that thing for $1 million. I don't think so. We've owned it for years. We've never had any serious interest. If maybe Brent bought it for some kind of moral reason and he wants to actually do something, I think there's a very powerful tool in petition.com, getting citizens active with a voice that's meaningful and has legal standing, I think is important and potentially critical. But I'm not the one who's going to do it. And, that sounds like I'd rather play bingo than keep that on my bingo card and wait for some, well-heeled investor to step up with that moral compass. So thank you, Brent Oxley, for taking that off my balance sheet and putting it on yours.
Brent's portfolio is like becoming absurd.
Pretty crazy, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's hell of a portfolio, but he's got a lot of dead money in that portfolio. He's got a lot of amazing names, but there's a lot of dead money.
Like
when
that
I see deals that are like he buys what I want, and this is not an insult to Brent. In fact, I would love to have I got nothing against him. I think he's a great addition to the domain industry. He's clearly a successful entrepreneur. He's built incredible businesses. I think he's got a keen eye, but I do think he buys a lot of dead weight. I think that I see a lot of the names that I pass on end up with Brent. Yeah. And the reason I pass on them is because it's not readily apparent that they have a commercial purpose. It's not readily apparent that there are existing end users who are qualified buyers. It's not readily apparent that there are clear, companies for whom this represents an upgrade, and that's great. And we need people that take turn views. But
that's been his business model, though. His business model is often buying names from domain investors who are just been sitting on a while, and they'll take the cash and keep moving. That's
and I'll tell you the prices that he pays. I mean, he's not paying a lot. Like he's not paying market price for these domains.
No, it's usually six figures.
He got hit. Somebody stuck him in the neck with the booth needle. You know what I'm saying? Pay end user pricing to. As a domain investor.
No, I'm saying the other way around. I actually feel like
he's not getting like domain investor deal. He's paying a lot.
Yeah, I've never seen anything under six figures really. They're almost always one word 6 figures. I think Siger sold a couple to him. Everybody I know sold him.
I've sold him names. Yeah.
I still feel like it's still at prices that aren't like the end user price.
I think it's probably in between. It's not like super.
Yeah, that's it.
Certainly not.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, well, hey, it's a heck of a portfolio.
So anyways, listen,
interesting to see.
Big up Brent Oxley, shout out. I hope you make $1 billion with petition.com. What I really hope is that you actually want to throw some of your weight behind it and actually build something that gives people a voice, pushes back on deep state and big government and,
dude, we say big, there should be like certain words that trigger certain reactions on the show. Like you talk about deep state, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not going there. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
he was building a registrar.
We're going deep all over. We go deep value. We go deep state. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. We're going deep into deep. I like. I like it.
We're going deep.
But I feel you. I do think that, look, obviously there's so much. I mean, we're not going to get political here if we can help it. But I mean, look, there's no doubt there's an encroachment on free speech. Cancel culture is crazy. It's like an opportunity.
Let's not get political. Dude, our entire business is centered around the concept of free speech. The entire domain industry, literally, there's a.
No, I know. I'm
okay. And that fulcrum, the very tippity point of that fulcrum is free speech. The moment we don't have free speech, what do you think happens to domain names? Right? Is it when people can't independently publish out third-party permission? Right? Do we need domain? Right? We might as well just use social media. Right? So I think that we are in an inherently political business today because of the infringement on free speech. Look, Pavel from Telegram, been a client of mine for damn near 20 years, 15 years. I'm the guy that got telegram.org for him. Okay. I got many other domains for him. Right. I was doing business with him when he was still in Russia under VKontakte. He's like, the people forget he built the Russian Facebook. Like Telegram is his second act, or probably actually his third, fourth, fifth act. But he built VK, which is, VK.com, VKontakte, which was the Russian Facebook. He's still spending money from the early 2000s before Telegram even, existed.
Spending money from 98.
88.
No, 88's the lyric, but for him, it's 98. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, listen, we are in an inherently political business, whether you like it or not. People should be scared by that. We should be leaning into it, and we should be fighting with every freaking tool available to us, because I can tell you our entire business depends on it.
Yeah.
The moment that these Marxist scumbags actually really get control over free speech, I can tell you that our business immediately starts turning south.
Yeah.
Price wise, volume wise, everything. So yeah. By the way, for the record, my experience with Pablo, which was quite extensive, not in recent years, but pretty extensive. I mean, is that the guy literally couldn't be nicer or kinder or more intelligent, and just methodical and rational. Absolute true pleasure of a person to deal with. I think that it's horrible what France is doing, and I wish him well, and I hope that he gets a quick resolution to what I believe is criminal and unconstitutional.
Yeah.
He's not going to get a quick resolution, is he? Because in Europe, it's just a whole different ballgame.
It is.
That's not necessarily true. So I agree that generally speaking, but we actually had, a major EU Supreme Court decision recently, defending free speech as basically a human right. So I let's see. The way they've gotten around that with this case is that they're not actually, none of the charges are related to censorship. The charges are related to aiding and abetting criminal activity on the platform because of his lack of cooperation with
authorities.
Legal authorities. I would assume his defense to that is that we don't believe that your indictments are constitutional. I highly doubt he supports the activity that some of the activity that happens on this thing. I mean, they're absolutely, very recently saw a documentary demonstrating that Telegram is being used for child trafficking and horrible, terrible stuff. Horrible. But free speech is it's an absolute. You can't you can't start making exceptions, because the moment that you do, you end up in that historical slippery slope that ends in tyranny. And so you have to be a free speech absolutist. There are no
really. What about when it's directly causing harm to someone?
Well, then that is already a violation of an existing law, right?
Right, exactly. So unless
and that's no longer
not an
free
absolute.
speech. It's an absolute. It's an absolute in the foundation, but I think that to Drew's point, I think the place that and I think you're both sort of like where you meet in the middle on this.
Listen, all human rights, the same can be said about all of them. And this is kind of the, loosely speaking, broadly the foundation for libertarianism. Your rights end where mine begin. Okay. And you can basically apply that to every human right. So you have a human right to defend yourself. You have a human right to speech. You have a human right to, seek shelter and food and sustenance. These are basic human rights that all of us as humans not only desire, but require, right, in order to thrive as a human being. And your right to pursue that ends where it infringes on somebody else's right to pursue that. And that's basically the limit. That's the limitation. In my mind, that's the limitation. Now, the framework for that, as where the rubber hits the road, is existing law, right? And so we have laws that protect you if I have speech that causes direct influence on, physical damage, physical harm to you, or even just reputational harm. We have libel laws, and we have what do you call it?
Slander, defamation. I mean, all that.
Slander, defamation, libel. Right? We have assault. We have harassment. We have lots and lots of laws that protect your rights where mine end. Right? And so it's that simple.
Yeah, I think look, it's when the
absolute right to free
look, it's
speech,
when the
and that absolute right ends where it infringes upon somebody else's right.
Well, and simply put, like once it's criminal activity, then it's actionable, right? And then it's no longer about
Mhm.
free speech. So anyway, all right. Well, we are at a tie. We're at a 3-way tie currently. So Drew, we need a name from you so we could break the tie, move on to NameJetGonnaJet, get it back to domain names. Although technically this is all related to domain. So what
This is 100%. This is 100% about domain names.
So what you got? You got another name?
Yeah, I got one for you.
All right. Do I know about this one? Let's see. Am I still
Well,
alive?
let me see what I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah.
Pull up.
Buy or sell?
I didn't pick one yet. I'll tell you if it's a buy or a sell after I pick it.
I don't know. I thought you might be looking at a specific spreadsheet of sales or buys.
Pull out another one.
It'd be remarkable if I had a spreadsheet like that.
Going through his
okay. Here's a buy. Okay. Here's a buy. This is a buy. HennaTattoo.com. HennaTattoo.com.
I see him all over my 3 advertisements down on my Yahoo Sports page.
Along with the Temu or whatever.
Like the Google or whatever the Google.
I barely even know what this is, so I'm not.
I know what to be paid.
You do know, you just don't know that's what it's called.
By the way, I ordered my first things a couple weeks ago off of Temu. I didn't even know what Temu was. I heard all these people ragging on Temu. I'm like, what is Temu? So I go on there, get the app. I'm scrolling through. I'm like, oh wow, this is Temu shit. It looks all right. You got all this stuff. It's just cheap, crazy. So I ordered 3 things. Just literally total bill was $9. I ordered 3 things. I got the. Anyways, everything that arrived, it's all garbage. It's all garbage, and the little piece of shit, plastic piece of garbage comes wrapped in plastic. That's wrapped in plastic. That's wrapped in plastic. We need to make that shit illegal.
Yeah.
Temu needs to go because
you've never seen the meme.
I don't know. I don't know where the Fugazi part of Temu is, but I can just tell you that there's Fugazi. The Fugazi goes deep. You know what I'm saying? Today, go deep. That's gonna be the topic. Today's gonna be. Today's topic. Today's show is going to be called "Go Deep." Okay?
Go deep.
I'm telling you.
What's the meme, Shane? Shane, what's the meme?
The meme is they show the object and then they show the Temu version of it, and it's just horrible.
It's like buying a car and the Matchbox car arrives.
It's like the car from Vacation.
Yeah.
I ordered one of those. It's like a little rubber thing. It's got your wires into it. So you put it on the side of the desk. And so it organizes your wires. You can pull it in and out easily. How do you get that wrong? Right? Okay, a little rubber thing goes on the desk. You know what I'm saying? $5. Great. Send me one of those. Let's see how it goes. I needed that anyways. It arrives.
A buddy of mine bought
sticker. The sticker doesn't stick. And this shit comes, it's got a sticker on the back and then it's got Velcro, right? So you can pull it off. Okay.
You'll see my directional post and the directions are wrong. I'm dead serious. When I get back to my house, I'll take a picture. The northeast, southwest are backwards.
It's unbelievable. Listen, the sticker doesn't stick and the Velcro just falls off. And so I literally took my staple gun and I had to staple the Velcro to the rubber thing. And then I had to get double-sided tape separately to even put this thing on. I'm just looking at it, and it's like, oh, man, you can't even get that right. You should just be default out of business. You know what I'm saying? There is some major
Fugazi runs deep.
Somebody's got to do, who's that dude?
Wait, time out. We're in the middle of domain.
Coffee dude. He does this great investigation.
I got to reset my calculator. Hold on. My calculator.
Yeah, CoffeeZilla. We need CoffeeZilla to go hard on
Tattoo. We got hard stops. Henna Tattoo.
I'm ready.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Flip it. Whoa. Okay, this is true. This is almost an over-under.
Josh is taking it home.
Josh at 3,333. Shane at 3,700. What was the price at HennaTattoo.com?
$25.50.
$25.50. There you go.
I thought that was a steal.
That's a good price.
I actually thought that was maybe not the most valuable domain, obviously, I bought this year, but it might be the best value that I purchased this year, in my opinion. I might be totally wrong. I may never sell this domain ever.
Value on hennaTattoo.com.
But I think there was some DFV in this acquisition.
Yeah, I actually thought the name that you just recently grabbed in the last day or so off of Drop Catch might be up there too. So,
which one?
Henna tattoo is not permanent.
No.
There are temporary tattoos that you get like on vacation and that kind of stuff.
You go if you're in India is where
I was gonna say I think India is where it started, right?
And then with the weddings,
but now you go to the mall, you got little henna tattoo shops. My daughter got it done when we were over in Thailand, up her arm, and it's cool. They use like some kind of natural pigment, right? And it lasts a day. It looks like cake frosting, like brown cake frosting, and they put it on you, and you got to leave it there to dry for about 30 minutes or something, and then you literally just wash it off, and it leaves the stain on your skin, and it lasts
like a suntan lotion. Like you're rubbing a suntan lotion. It's the same stuff.
Yeah, and it lasts a few days, and
so henna,
but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool, and it actually looks really awesome. Like when you see it really well done, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. So all right, well, congratulations, Josh. Big winner today, DomainSherpa. Got to get you another hoodie.
We'll walk across the street and give you a
one for you here at the crib. So
I've been waiting for this hoodie for 84 years.
I gave you one. Didn't I give you a hoodie like recently? I feel like I did. No?
You forgot it, right?
I gave you a mug.
And then gave me a mug instead.
I gave you a
mug.
mug.
So check this out. Just to give people a little more insight into why I'm saying what I'm saying. Okay, number one. Easy. Literally, it has a difficulty score of 3, meaning that if I wanted to develop hennaTattoo.com, I would rank super easy because there's almost no competition. There are products and services sold commercially around henna tattoo. As Shane said, there's advertisements in his Yahoo feed, right? There are 75,000 global searches for henna tattoo. Number 1 in the world is the United States with 32,000 exact match searches per month. Number 2 is Germany, another high value e-commerce geography. Number 2 with 11,000. India is number 4, right? And so it has a low CPC, but it actually has a relatively high value product service. That the products are not cheap. Getting it done isn't expensive, but it's it has value. So, anyways, I think Amazon has an entire section called Amazon.com/henna-tattoo, and then all the products related to that. That's a nice little hack, by the way, for people. Is if you're looking at e-commerce domains, not only do you want to see that Amazon has a category for it, but that Amazon actually uses that version, meaning they use henna tattoo, not henna tattoos, right? If you go into Google, it's henna tattoo is the suggested keyword before you finish typing, not henna tattoos. And you always want to have the version that Google and Amazon push. So anyways, again, even if we're only looking at the United States, 32,000 exact match searches, paying $2,500 for the domain,
MediaOptions is the industry's leading domain broker specializing in domain acquisitions, high-value domains, and domain name consultation.
All right, well, good stuff.
As pioneers and thought leaders on the subject of the domain aftermarket and domain name value, plus through their clear domain acquisition service, MediaOptions offers startups and established corporations an unparalleled scope of high-value domain options, providing access to domain names and curation technologies not available elsewhere. MediaOptions believes in the power of a great domain name and is dedicated to helping you obtain yours. Call or email today to put a domain to work for you.
All right, we got NameJetGonnaJet, sponsored by NameJet. We'll review a list of domains coming up for auction, see what the Sherpas like, what they don't like. We got about 15, 16 names on the list today. Drew will go ahead and since you didn't kick off the domain game in the upper left spot, what do you like? What don't you like? What's good?
Yeah, decent little list today. Let's see. I'm gonna say my favorite name is probably digitalagency.com. I was trying to like not make it that one because it's so generic, but I think it's a solid name. I think digitalagency.com is a solid name. Digital is a very strong keyword. It covers a lot of stuff. You know, you can be digitalagency.com and be a domain broker. You can be digitalagency.com and be a ad buy agency. You can be a, you know, marketing agent. There's so many different verticals that can apply to. And it's just you know, so for the right, you know, I think that's probably a pretty easy sell in the, let's say, $25,000 range. Maybe it's harder above that. But I think if you got that for, you know, let's say $2 to $5 grand, you know, I think you got a pretty good 5, you know, 7x in that name. I like cofunding.com also because funding is just such a big business. I feel like every day I get 100 emails from random people saying, do you need funding for your business? And co-funding is kind of like, you know, founder friendly, or, you know, we're, you know, it just,
well, we're in this together.
It's a nice short, we're in this
together.
together. It's just, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's actually a pretty powerful brand in a pretty shady industry. And so I actually think
powerful
that means
brand in
strong.
a shady industry. I like that. That's somebody's tagline. Build a powerful brand in a shady industry.
Listen, you want to make quick money? Build a powerful brand in a shady industry. That's a way to make quick money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you want to talk about a historical example? You know, FTX. Okay. And then monarchy.org, I really like, but that name comes up every year and then it gets renewed. So I'm gonna just skip it because I've invested emotionally, you know, over the years, a lot of time into thinking about bidding on that name and never even actually getting the chance. So
yeah,
I highly doubt that one actually expires, and I'll leave the rest to these guys.
All right, well, that's all good stuff. Shane, what you think, man?
I agree with
thing?
Drew wholeheartedly on digital agency. It's like, if I had a digital agency, would I call, you know, it? Yeah, but I agree it's valuable. I wish future proof. I wish the ing wasn't on the back of that one. I looked at that one and I got excited. My screen was covering.
Well, you said it earlier, even in the show, where you're like,
yeah,
you know,
use the word
work is involved. But I thought, isn't future proof? Well, I thought that was an existing brand already.
It probably is, yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure I know there are future proof brands, but I thought there was somebody pretty active in the space that we.
It's a word I use all the time, just trying to take, you know, trying to take things that'll be valuable forever. So, but I do like polarity.org. Like, I think the word is a nice brand. It can probably brand on an org in the crypto blockchain world. I think that's something that org works now. We see a lot of companies feeling comfortable being on a .org as their main brand. So I see that having value. Health tours, there's no doubt, like, health tourism is huge. I mean, I can't even go on TikTok now without some damn hair turkey run. Like, okay. I got down the run of that, and now like everything is like going to Europe for medical. Like, everybody they're finding no problem. So I think health tours or health tourism.
Oh, we just lost you.
You just went silent.
And I didn't mute you, so yeah. I was gonna say, but all right, cool.
My wife, my wife puts her headphones on and jacks on my computer. Gets over.
The next thing you know, all of a sudden you're hearing like ABBA coming through the
100%. There's some 80s music coming through. And the other one, I'll put one more, is private classes. I think has value on a build out. I think it's going to need a hell of a lot of build out, but educational names in general, or some, I think, ones you want to add to your portfolio. It's online
tutoring. Yeah, it was obviously a big
future. Yeah. I'll let Josh have the rest if there's any left.
What's left? See, I mean,
Everybody's got a gallstone every once in a while.
I'll take ventureforward.com.
that's my joint. I love that name.
It's a good name.
Oh.
It's like a 10 to 15K name. Probably get it.
Well, because you have the idea that venture forward, almost a bit of a, sort of a saying. And, if you're a venture company and you're venture forward and you could call yourself forward, I mean, there's,
like
it's a positive connotated, like move,
it's a cool brand. Cool brand. I think you probably get it. Probably get it under $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good name. GarageSystems.com. It's a good name.
It's like the way you say it. Garage systems, you know what I'm saying?
Garage systems.
I'd love you to do a show in an American accent with that blonde hair.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. I didn't even know that was a thing. That was Josh with the American accent. Like, let's go.
I mean, I'm all about that, man. Like getting your garage like nice and organized, having good. I mean, that costs money as well. Like the people that do that, they charge like a shit ton. We had our garage like all like redone when we moved in here, and getting it all like organized, getting all the cupboards in the back, redoing the floor, like. And I'm pretty sure they call it like garage systems. Like it's a systematic way to keep all your stuff.
100%. We literally had this argument last night where my wife was like, "The garage is out of control. We need to get this shit organized." And I'm like, I can't. I don't have a system. I need a garage system in order to get it organized.
Dude, you need a garage system. Like, I don't know. That name is cool. Again, like I feel like $500, put that domain in my folio, no problem. And I will be confident of it selling for like 10 grand.
Yep. Well, and I think that's the thing. I think like we said it earlier on the show, we say it all the time. You make money on the buy. I think there's opportunities depending on what's happening, in these particular auctions to get names that, it all depends on what you're actually paying. I mean, there's value. They don't necessarily all have value, but the ones that, are interesting, it's really just a question of, so what do you guys think digital agency, for example, is going to go for in this, in the NameJet auction if it goes all the way through?
It's super generic, right? Like, it's like,
under $5,000. I think it'll go under 5.
Yeah, I had 3,500, 3,800 in mine, like something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the kind of name that I put in my portfolio and I like it, and it's just like nobody's ever gonna pay 50 grand for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're just like, there's just no interest because it's so like, if you're opening a digital agency, you just don't call it digitalagency.com anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fair.
Seems like a great name, but I have those type of names and they do badly, man.
And especially a digital agency, their whole business model is making their customers stand out. And then you go generic. Like it's literally the opposite of their job. So it doesn't work real well.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's not the same actually. Did sportstickets.com finish?
I thought that was literally finishing up like now or finished up yesterday.
I didn't see the final results.
I think it finished yesterday.
I was thinking some big company would just buy it and forward it, honestly.
Can you go into your NameJet account and see what it, if you had a back order, you should probably see what the result was. Actually, don't know that I had that one back order.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, it sold for payment pending. It sold for $7,569.
Okay, cool.
Is that a good buy?
That's what I would expect it would sell for. I wouldn't pay it for it myself, but I feel like it's, I'm not surprised in either way. Like it's too low, too high. It's kind of like what, right?
If somebody already has a good affiliate,
and then you're not selling any concert tickets, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't think it works.
I think sports tickets are a big enough standalone, and if you already had a pretty good business model of building out affiliate sports tickets, I think you could make $7,000 work easy.
Yeah. I was a bidder up till 5, and then I let it go, only because I just don't need it in my portfolio. But I do think it's a value. I do think it's a great value. I think that there's a 10x to an end user, maybe even 20. It's a hell of a brand for a big space, and only going to get bigger. So, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we shall.
And wasn't it Sports Ticket? Wasn't that like that's like a TV package, isn't it? From like Dish or one of those.
Yeah, I think you're
Sports
right.
Ticket.
Actually.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I don't know. I think
Well, there's the Sunday
I think it's
ticket.
good
The
domain.
Sunday ticket is the football thing
Yeah.
with DirecTV.
But
Adam owns the singular sportsticket.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and Adam's probably asking big money. So, you got a little downside protection. I think it's a good domain. I think it's a good domain. I would, I bet Adam buys it.
No, he didn't.
No?
Was it
Who
an
bought it?
SN dash something name?
It was 1002626.
1002626. I don't know.
Well, 2626
know.
almanac.
If anybody would know who some of these names are, it's JT.
I know, but I've been out of that. I've been pretty far removed for a while, So
The last
But,
name that they bought was lazyliving.com on 22nd of August, I think.
I like that name.
What do you use? Golden name?
No, I'm just looking at names that I was actually in. So they may have bought other ones, but I've been in a lot of auctions recently, so I feel like it's a pretty good indication.
Yeah.
Golden name or gold names?
Golden.
That's it. Gold names. I have one or the other. I don't remember.
Yeah.
They used to track every auction. It was.
I forgot about that. Yeah, they used to.
It's gold. It's gold names. I mean, let's give credit where credit's due. Shout out to gold names.
Shout out gold names because you.
That's been 15 years.
Value. Yo, DFV. DFV.
Go deep. Go deep.
Is that of this episode? DFV.
DFV or go deep. I don't know. DFV might be a little too, because I actually feel like we called a show around that time with the GameSpot when we talked about it. And I, may have called that one deep effing value or something. I forget, I'd have to go back and look. But either way, all good stuff. All right. Well, shout out to Gold Names. Love that. Anything providing data in the space is obviously an enormous help. And all right. And shout out to NameJet. So that's the NameJet list. NameJetGonnaJet.
Dude, real quick. Do you see what dfv.com forwards to? It's crazy. It forwards to d-h-v.de.
That's really wild.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I'm pretty sure I tried to buy it at some point. Let's see here.
That's crazy, man. Because that's like the site's legit. This looks like a legit business that's using, instead of fv.com, they're using d-h-v.de. How do I see?
Man,
that's crazy, man. That's crazy. What is this? Is it an engineering firm or something? Like, it's in German, so it's
You can click a button. Come on.
I'm on Safari. Safari doesn't do the translate. I guess I need Chrome.
Building and protecting climate at the same time.
Wood construction.
Oh, they're construction company in Germany on some climate conscious construction company.
Yeah, no, so we went back and forth with them in 2022 quite a bit with the president. They want six figures. We had made a pretty serious offer. They want like well into the six figures for it.
Okay.
Just circle back with them. Like, hey, it's not as valuable anymore.
Yeah.
Well, don't
watch the show.
You can't argue with stupid people. Right? They're like, we think that the best opportunity we're going to have to get the best value would be if we chose to sell it in an auction on Sato. That's what they told me. And I was like, freaking please God, please put it in an auction on Sato. For the love of God, please. Just ignore my previous offer and put it in a no reserve auction on Sato, please.
Just hit them with that real quick. Just be like, hey.
I did. That's literally what I told them. That's my last email to them is please proceed to list it in an auction with Sato and let me know when the time comes.
Here's a contact.
Yeah.
They've already secured
Hit my boy Dave. Shout out Dave Evans. Good
Seriously,
dude.
Shout out Dave. Dave's good people's, man. And shout out Mark Coriaci.
That's who I was talking about. Remember, we were talking the other day. And I was like, there was somebody we talked about that we got to bring on the show, and it's Dave. We got to bring Dave back.
Shout out Dave. Dave helped me buy a name actually, like a few weeks ago.
Dave is good people. Dave is good people. Sato, I don't know.
But if you have a problem,
Sato's like innocuous. It's like I don't have any negative feelings towards Sato. I don't have any positive feelings towards Sato. They're sort of just a neutral brand because they haven't done anything to evolve. Yeah. They have this like amazing platform. They have one of the largest audiences in the industry, but they just haven't done a goddamn thing. I don't even know. They just don't do anything.
Kind of wild as well because there's quite a lot of people that work for Sato. It's like,
they got a great team. They got some really great people.
They've
been around for a minute.
Yeah.
They got 60 brokers. I don't know what they have today, but they had 60 domain brokers. They were doing significantly less than we are doing. We have 5, and only 3 people sell.
They're doing less than you guys. It's wild.
Yeah, significantly less.
Mark's been
everybody's doing less than
Mr. Premium's been doing his thing.
GoDaddy not doing less than you guys.
In brokerage, I think they're doing less.
I mean, often
as of last year, well, that's not brokerage though.
Oh wait, well hold on. Afternic is brokerage. Every sale that happens on Afternic is brokerage.
Except
it's sort of a make an offer negotiation,
Yeah, I mean it's a marketplace. It's not really brokerage.
Right.
If you're talking about Afternic as being brokerage, then sure, okay, they're doing multiples of us. Yeah. But in terms of what I define as brokerage,
the big
really,
ticket.
I don't think there's anybody.
I see your awards over there.
Listen, you don't even see them. I got so many awards. I got awards still in plastic. You know what I'm saying? I got awards. Look at this. I got more awards. I got awards people ain't even seen yet.
He, instead of sending me a sweatshirt, he sent me one of his old awards.
Exactly.
Get this guy a personal framer.
Exactly. You win domain. You win the domain.
Yeah,
game.
He sent me the 2012 Domainer of the Year award as my gift for winning last time.
It was easier to get you that than the hoodie. We have
he has more of those than the hoodies, so you should send me the awards.
That's for sure. That's for sure. No, anyway. I get feisty with this because there are a lot of illusions. There's a lot of illusions in this. Nobody's coming to eat my lunch. Nobody's coming to eat my lunch. Everybody that comes to eat my lunch ends up licking my goddamn boot because I work my ass off. I put 18 hours a day behind this desk figuring out what a domain's worth. 18 hours a day figuring out what actually drives value of a domain name to an end user. Figuring out how to tell an end user how they're going to get an ROI on this domain regardless of what their business is. I did that. And then you get these people coming in punking, pretending like they've done something. You haven't done anything. Step up. You want to come eat my lunch? Step up. I dare you. I've seen a lot of come, I've seen a lot of go, and I'm telling you, the next one that tries to step to me, you're going to be out of this business before you even get to think about your next move.
I'll give you a little bit of credit as a friend and a colleague to MediaOptions. My biggest brokerage sale, the company asked for a second opinion on value, and I got it from you guys. And you sent a letterhead, and you said, "Yep, we believe the domain is worth this much money," and that domain sold for I brokered it for 1.5 million. So shout out to MediaOptions.
Listen,
thanks, Josh.
Here's the thing you're going to get with us. We just
there.
don't bullshit. We just don't. No. I don't have time for it. I don't care. I love domain name. I love the business that I've built. It is provided for me, my family. It's provided for the people that work with me and their families in more ways than one. This is a family business. And I'm proud of that. I'm very proud of that. And I don't mind competition. In fact, I live for it. I love competition. There are many people in this industry you will find that I'm not shouting about belligerently, right? Because I think that they run a good business. They do their business the right way, ethically. But if you are going to come shaking your shoulders, thinking that you are something, talking shit, I'm sorry. I'm going to literally embarrass you. I'm going to embarrass you because I don't care. There's nothing you can do to me. Nothing. I will eat you. I will eat your lunch. I will eat your customers. I will take your money. There's nothing that you'll do to me.
Dude, you sound like
Story.
Alex. You sound like Alex Medea right now. Free the beast.
It's
Listen,
funny.
this
Like
beast-
David Goggins. He's like, who's gonna carry the boats? Who's gonna carry the boats?
That's it. Listen, when the shit hits the fan, who's going to carry the boats?
You know, I thought for sure the fire would eventually kind of, as we got older, would kind of calm down. That fire's burning hard. Like
It is.
somebody's throwing oak into that fire every day. Every
100%.
morning.
Yeah. Hey, I look, as somebody who works with Drew and talks to him every single day, I will tell you, man. I mean, and I've told you this and I've said it about you to other people. I mean, you know, you still show it. You don't have to show up and like grind and work as hard as you do, care as much as you do. But here we are, you know, every day, every motherfucking day.
That's it.
So it's all
Domains
good.
have paid for, I mean, think about it, domains have paid for all of our stuff. Like everything you're seeing, everything it's amazing. Like this is what we do for
Best
living.
business in the
It
world.
is the greatest. Listen, at the last thing I said in my whatever you want to call it, acceptance speech when they, Escrow.com gave me my last award in the ring. The last thing I said is, I love domain names. I am so grateful for this industry. And so if you act out of line and you make yourself into an embarrassment for this industry, I'm going to call you out because I don't care anymore. I don't. And I don't need it. I don't need anything. I don't need your business. I don't need your friendship. I don't need nothing. I don't need it.
Now he's whispering. Oh, we're into the whisper part of it.
If you're a good actor, I got nothing but goodwill for you. I'm a competitive animal. I'm going to compete against everybody, but you should lean into that. The reason that I became successful was by leaning into a competitive nature when I wasn't number one, when I just wanted to be number one. But now you got people who are just real confused about who they are, where they are, and, we're going to set them straight,
man. We just let them know. We're going deep. Everybody. So, all right. Well, look, I think that's a great way to close out the show today. So we'll just let them know. Thanks, guys. By the way, I want to thank both Shane and Josh for getting him all fired up like that. That was good.
I apologize. That was an unplanned rant, but I don't even remember what you said, but you triggered it. Trigger warning.
I'm pretty sure I said you got all those rewards over your head. I see them.
I'm always like, yo, you did good. They got recognition. You're like, goddamn right I did. Let me tell you about all the people who don't deserve any.
He started going into the closet and pulling shit out.
He's like, I got this, I got that. Oh, and let me tell you another thing. Yo, it's like Tupac and Hit 'Em Up. You know what I'm saying? Like this is Andrew's version of Hit 'Em Up. Just let him know. But no, hey, look.
Go deep.
Going deep. All right. Well, look, we are out of time. We're up against it. I appreciate all you guys, Shane, Josh, Drew, all your time as always. To the audience, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully it didn't get too crazy for you and that us going deep provided some deep fucking value for everybody today. There were definitely some gems and entertaining to say the least. So thank you guys for tuning in. I say it on every show. Without you, there's no us. So we got mad love for y'all. And otherwise, you guys got anything else before we shut it down? All right, I'm gonna take acceptance by silence, and we'll see everybody here next time on Domain Sherpa, where all roads lead to domains. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's go. Peace, y'all.